I producing milk for a child that's dead? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, welcome. My name is Maybe. I'm filming this video on the 17th of February 2022. So if you have seen my previous video of how I talked about my conception to miscarriage, then this is a follow-up video to that. But if you have not seen it, I'm going to leave the link in the description box so that you can see and understand where I'm coming from, right, before you watch this one, okay? So it's been 3 weeks since I had the evacuation of my 3 months pregnancy done. It's been over 3 weeks actually. I had it done on the 24th of January and today is the 17th of February, so it's been a little bit over 3 weeks, and today I just feel very great. I feel so much like my old self, like before pregnancy at all, how I used to feel before I even felt pregnant at all. And if you have seen that video, you will know that I said I had a very difficult first trimester. Like the whole period where I was pregnant, I was sick. It was devastating, right? And before pregnancy, I used to be this agile, great, incredible, strong, vibrant person. I mean, if you know me, you know that I'm always like doing something. I'm always like go, get something done and all of that. So this week has been 1 week that I felt like my old self. All of the things I felt after the procedure have completely stopped. Like I feel so normal, I feel so great, I feel so amazing, right? So that's why I just thought to make this video for somebody out there. And really, I'm not making this video so that you guys can say sorry to me. I'm not, because if I want sorry, I would actually post it like immediately it happened. But this is me doing a video in February and not hearing until like 9-10 months time, by the grace of God. So this is not a pity video. This is not so that you can say sorry to me. This is just for me to share my journey. This is just to encourage somebody in case you are going through the same thing, because unfortunately, like I said, I'm not going to be the last person to experience a miscarriage. I wish I am. I wish I would be the last person, but we live in a world where trials and tribulations will always come. They will always happen, and miscarriage is one of those trials and tribulations. So this is just to encourage somebody, if you are going through the same, that you know what, all these things would come and go. If you are watching and you have never experienced a miscarriage, you can know somebody that has, and this is just for you to know the right things to say. Just arm yourself with the knowledge that comes with everything that happens after miscarriage. And of course, I'm going to be talking about the things that happened to me after the miscarriage, right? All of the things that happened to me after the procedure, after the evacuation was done. So I'm just going to jump right into the 5 things or 4 major things that happened to me after the miscarriage, after the evacuation. So I had the evacuation done on the 24th of January 2022. It was a Monday, and I had it done around, I was wheeled into the theater around 6 o'clock in the evening, and by 7:30 the anesthesia that I was given was already wearing off, so I was awake. They will make sure that they wake you up before they wheel you out of the theater, just so that you know you're awake, you're alive. So they woke me up, but I was still very drowsy, I was still very sleepy. But by 7:30 it was already wearing off, I was awake, I was conscious and all of that. So I noticed that, you know, they gave me like a pad to just absorb the blood that was coming out, and I was going to go home that evening. I wasn't going to stay on admission because the procedure went well, so I wasn't going to be on admission. I wanted to go home, and the doctor came in and told me that the procedure was fine and that I could go home if I wanted to. I'm like, yeah, I'm going home definitely. He told the nurse that they should make sure that I'm able to urinate before they discharge me, and that was fine. So we just waited till like 8:30 thereabouts till I was fully awake and I was talking properly, and the nurse asked me to go and pee. I didn't know the extent at which I was bleeding. Okay, even before the doctor left, he told me that I was going to bleed or spot for 2-3 days, and that was going to be the end of it. And I asked him when I was going to see my period again, then he said that would happen after 4 weeks. It's not 4 weeks yet, I've not seen my period, so I'm hoping that it comes after 4 weeks, right? When I stood from the bed, it was completely soaked. Like that place where I had my, you know, was soaked. And I'm like, God, I have never seen so much blood come out of my own body, because when I'm even menstruating, my blood is like boom, boom, boom. You know, it's not anything. I've never understood when people say that they have heavy flow. Never. Like it has never been my case. So I was shocked, but I mean, they just pulled out something from there, so it was very expected, it was normal. So I went into the bathroom to pee, and I peed very easily, and you know, I was discharged. But they gave me painkillers, still pain, because of course they expect you to feel a little bit of pain, and so that you can just take the painkillers to relieve you. So, and I left the hospital. That day when I got home, I used my normal menstrual pad. I just expected to bleed for 2-3 days, as the doctor has said. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, that bleeding did not stop until like last week. Yeah, more than 2 weeks. Some days it comes very heavy, some days I just spot, some days I don't see it at all, it's just brownish, and some days it's just like a tap has been opened. Like it was crazy. I used over 1 full pad. I've never been that person. I've never been that person to, you know, constantly use pads like that. At some point I was going to go to the hospital, but I don't know, don't be me. I want to say that I know when to take actions, right? I know when I need to do something. But you know, when my parents would ask me, as the bleeding stopped, and I say, oh no, that is just a little bit more, I still see traces here and there, they'll be so scared, like go to the hospital, let the doctor know what is happening to you. But I know when I need to go. That's the kind of person I am. I don't know if that is the place of the Holy Spirit, but I always know when to take action. Even when I was pregnant and I knew that, okay, strength is going out of me, I knew when to go to the hospital. And when immediately I got to the hospital, the doctor was like, oh my god, you are so pale. She put me on drips immediately. Like, I know when to go. But I didn't feel like it was anything out of the ordinary. I just didn't feel like it was an emergency that I needed to go to the hospital for. It was not like I was bleeding like 247, right? It wasn't that. But it was just that I'd been told that I would only bleed for 2-3 days.
But I bled for
more than 2 weeks. On and off for more than 2 weeks. So that was one thing that happened to me. That's one thing that if you see, it shouldn't be any cause for alarm, right? Except you are bleeding continuously. Yeah, like you're bleeding, you know that, okay, this is not normal. You feel like you should go to the hospital, then see a doctor, right? So the second thing that happened to me was that my breast became really heavy. Have it in mind that, of course, during the first trimester, even when you're pregnant, one of the symptoms or one of the things that you'll first notice is that your breast becomes very tender, heavy, you know, painful and all of that. So I already had that, and you know, I was already going through that phase. Then after the procedure was done, it was like multiplied by 3, because it became very heavy. It became really painful. Or they became really painful, really heavy. Don't touch me. Like I could not even wear my bra. It was really painful. It was really painful. I did not used to want to touch it. I couldn't lay on it because it was just really, really aching. So I didn't do anything to it. The third day after the procedure, I saw that I was lactating, and it was just insane. Like, I mean, it's okay that I need to deal with the emotions that come with losing a baby. Now I'm not dealing with what people that have their babies in their hands deal with. I'm like, what? Why? It was just crazy. Like, I could not understand it. It made me really sad. It made me really cry, because I'm like, why am I producing milk for a child that's dead? I mean, it was just 3 months. Why was I lactating? But that lasted for like 2 days and it stopped. I didn't do anything, like I said. I didn't do anything. It just lasted for 2 days and it stopped. So, and this occurred like day 3 after the procedure, or day 3, day 2 after the procedure. And yeah, and that stopped, right? I just comforted myself in the fact that, yeah, I'm going to be a milk producing machine when my baby finally arrives. Like, when my real baby finally arrives, it means that there is milk here. There is a machine here to produce milk. Because if at 3 months you're already producing milk, then maybe, okay. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, so that was the second thing that my body went through after the procedure. Number 3 thing would be that I had this terrible back rash. It was like pimples on my back. I first noticed it around here, and you know, it was like pimples. It was really rough. You know how you feel when your back is rough? It's like really rough. But it was really rough. It was a lot. Then before I knew it, it was all over my back, and they were like pimples, like just everywhere. And my husband checked it, and my husband, this whole face made him a Google expert. The next thing is checking on Google. So if the result is not really nice, it doesn't tell me. But if it's something I can hear because he knows that I will always take everything out of proportion. But he has the mind to, filter the information he wants to receive and the one he will not receive. So he will just go on Google to check everything and say. So he came back to say, oh, that it is called postpartum rash. I'm like, is this postpartum? Like, is this postpartum? I had a miscarriage at 3 months. How is that postpartum? But unfortunately, I mean, baby came out of your body, dead or alive. A baby came out and your body is doing what it should do. Your body is just doing all that it should be doing. Sad, I know. It was really itchy. It was really itchy, especially when I got into the shower. It was really itchy. I couldn't scratch because I didn't want to cause more havoc. But eventually, I didn't do anything. You guys, I didn't do anything. I'm just like, you know what? You will find your way back to what you used to be. Like, the whole of my body system will find its way back to what it used to be. So I just left everything and I was just chilling with the most High. So yeah, it left, but I still have the spots, but they are fading away. They are fading away gradually, but I still have the spots. If you see my back, you know that, oh, something has happened to you recently, but they are fading away. But like I said, I didn't do anything, and yeah, they are going on their own. No pressure. No, what has to be the most difficult experience was the contractions, or let me call them cramps, because I've not had a baby. I don't know what a contraction feels like, but what I went through definitely must be contractions because they were painful. Oh my god, nothing. Okay, maybe vaginal labor, but nothing should be more painful than that. It was painful. The cramps I used to have serious, and I've said it before on this channel, I used to have severe menstrual pain. Like, my menstrual pain used to be severe. I don't go anywhere on the first day of my period before I got married. Never. No class can make me step out of the room on my first day of period, right? And it was just terrible. It was terrible, but it wasn't compared to what I felt, the cramps that I felt after this procedure. They were so painful. I remember that I said that the doctor told the nurse to make sure that I was able to urinate with ease before I left the hospital, and which I did. Like, I didn't feel anything. It was just like going to the toilet to pee normally. Like, I didn't think that was ever going to be an issue until I got home. The second day after I got home, I couldn't pee. Like, I couldn't pee without pain. Whenever I had to reduce my water intake so that I wouldn't pee all the time. Like, I was peeing out of fear. If I want to pee, I start crying because it was really painful. I had to literally turn on water. I had to turn on the tap so that I could hear the sound of water running before I can pee. I don't know the psychology behind that, but I think it works. I read it somewhere. And yeah, it worked. It's not like it takes away the pain, but it just eases it. Like, it just makes you know that, okay, water is running from here, water can run out from your body too. I honestly don't know the psychology behind it, but it was painful to pee. Another way I used to pee is to go under the shower, like to have my bath. I just let water run from my head to my toes. Then you know how we usually pee when we're in the shower. Well, if you don't, I don't know who you are, but yeah, you know how we normally pee when we're in the shower. That was what I was doing as well. I just wait till I want to have my bath before I pee. It was painful. Like, my husband sees me off to the toilet to pee, I would have to hold it. The way I would squeeze his thigh, like, it was painful, and that continued for like over a week. Even number 2 was difficult. It was like child coming out of it. Like, it was a proper baby coming out of there. It was terrible. It was really painful. But yeah, it lasted over a week. Yeah, it's all gone now. It's all gone now. And the cramps, like, you just been going about your normal business and it just strike. Oh God! God will not allow temptations more than you can handle. Just always remember that. Remember that God, will not, if I'm going through this, God knows that I can handle it. I can handle it. So that is why I'm going through it. If I cannot handle it, it can never happen to me. But for me to be going through it, it means I can handle it. So just wear your big girl's pants and breeze through it. It might not look like you're breathing when you're going through it, but trust me, you'll get out of it. Anyway, so yeah, that lasted over a week and I'm fine now. I can pee, I can do whatever I like, whenever I want to do it without any running water or whatever disturbing my pee or my number. Then the last thing that I went through, this is the only good thing that has happened to me since November, since I found out I was pregnant. Before I got pregnant, every time my menstruation is supposed to come, I have one pimple. That is my indication that Sister Red is on her way, right? So I have one pimple here. So if you guys notice when I'm not wearing makeup, I have like a contour line on both of my cheeks. So I have one pimple here or one pimple here. That is how I know that Sister Red is visiting soon. But that November when I got pregnant, I did not see that sign. Instead, my black spots were fading. Like they were fading, my face, my forehead, my nose, like every other part of my face was becoming very smooth, very fair, very beautiful. Like I was just glowing and glowing and gloria. And that just continued. That continued like the whole time, and it is still continuing. I mean, my face is still clear. I'm like, okay, maybe this is what God wants to do. So like, anyway, so yeah, my face is still clear. So hopefully my body holds on to the glow and says, oh, you deserve this. This is what you deserve. Let me sing. I deserve it. I deserve it. This is what I deserve. This is what my face deserves, and it is staying. It is here to stay. Anyway, so those are the 5 things that I think I said 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 things that happened to me post. Yeah, and also everything I could not eat during pregnancy, I'm back to eating them. I'm back to eating beef, turkey, spaghetti. What God cannot do does not exist. Anyway, thank you so much. I don't want to make this video very serious so that it's not the end of the world. It's not really. And this is not to say that sometimes I don't hurt. I do. Sometimes when I remember, I'm just like, but I move because he that is in me is greater than he that is in the world, because the joy of the Lord is my strength. I draw strength from God, really. I draw strength from God, and you should too. Nothing is too big for God to handle. Nothing. So I just wanted to share all of these things with you before I forget, before it leaves my memory. Even though I will not totally forget, but I might forget the details of them. So that is why I just said, let me come and give you people the gist of the things that happened to me after the procedure, after the miscarriage, after the pulling out of the dead fetus from my body. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share with somebody that would need it. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have ever gone through this, and if there is any additional thing that you went through and I did not go through, let us know in the comment section. Really, it is just for us to learn, and somebody might just be going through it one time and just land on this video and just be like, it's really not the end of the world. It is not, baby. It is not. So next time I come your way, if you have seen this video, you guys, that means the next video you will see. It's like pregnancy series. Anyway, thank you so much guys for watching. So next time I come your way, I hope that you do well, and God bless you. Bye.